Last vlog of the evening. Let's get it started. I was in a 2-year relationship that ended in 2006 where I was fully committed to the guy. I haven't really been able to get myself back out on the scene since him, and I know that I'm not over him for sure. Am I pathetic for not pursuing another relationship? Love you always, CGG. And yes, I did cut out some of the things you said. Just, you never know what kind of people are listening to my GD vlogs. Hey, CG, I read everything that you said, and hopefully I'll see you at the club sometime in the very near future, and we can have a chit-chat. But to answer your question, no, I don't think you're pathetic for not pursuing a relationship. Like I said in one of my last ones, my last relationship was in 2007. I don't think I would really count that, in considering he went to jail, or so I heard. Not something I really want to think about on a regular basis. When the time is right, you'll know it. Right now, it just isn't the time for you to be dating. And it could be a number of factors, some things you probably don't even realize. What I like to tell people who are having issues, I feel like a therapist, I'm totally not, but in my line of work, you would not believe how much advice I'm giving on a daily basis. And I'm just like, girl, let me beat your face. I don't want to know about all this. You have to remind yourself of things that you want to have accomplished. Would I like to have a boyfriend right now? Sure. Is that something that's on my top priority? Definitely not. So say to yourself, maybe even write this down, what is most important to me at this stage of my life? Clearly you just said it. A guy is not in your best interest right now. You just do not find them pleasing. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing pathetic about that. Just because almost every other guy wants to go out there and hump doesn't mean that you have to be that way too. There are lots of men out there that have lots of self-control. I think I'm one of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to say I'm still a virgin. Just be careful, be happy, and make good choices. Make the best choices that are for you. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. Let people with lots of wrinkles do that. I don't have time to be stressing out and be like, and look like a basset hound at the end of the day. I do it enough as is on these vlogs when I make crazy facial expressions. And maybe I shouldn't look up so much, because I realize when I look up, it's like pieces of paper all crinkled up right there. I'm not worried about getting wrinkles in the future. P.S. I was raised by my grandfather. I love wrinkles. I want my grandchildren to look at me and count however many wrinkles I have on my skin at that time and remember me for that. So that's all I'm saying. So now you're not pathetic. Dear Matthew, God, I hope I'm on the right thing. Okay. Dear Matthew, I'm a 17-year-old female turning 18 in a few months. The guy I'm seeing at the moment is 21, and I'm afraid to tell my parents because of our age gap. Is there any way that you know of to break it to my parents? Thanks, love, Lauren, who is from Australia. Excuse me. Well, Lauren, Australian Lauren, I would sit down with your parents one day and ask them what they would envision as being a good suitor for you. Chances are they're going to be way off. They're going to say, oh, he would need to do this, that, and the other. Or maybe they might even say, I don't think you should be dating right now. I don't know how old your parents are in relation to each other, but when you acknowledge, I think when you acknowledge things that could be problematic for someone, it shows that you're intelligent and on a mature level to discuss those things. So for instance, Mom, Dad, I want to know what you think about in terms of age in a relationship. Is that important? And I want to be able to discuss this with you on a mature level, because I have lots of friends, you can say lots of friends, even if it's a little lie, that are dating people who are a few years older than they are. And I want to get your thoughts on it. And if you think that they blow it way out of proportion, well, maybe that should be something between you and your boyfriend. Maybe they don't need to know right now. 17 until you're 18, and 18 versus 21 is a big difference. I wouldn't have thought so then, but I definitely think so now. I wouldn't be able to date somebody who's any less than 21, and I'm 23. That's only 2 years, but it's a major difference. In Australia, I don't know the schooling procedures there. I believe that you guys can drink at an earlier age. Over here, it's got to be 21. Not that drinking is the most important thing in my life. God knows it's really not, because I don't drink. But having that mindset, I think a lot of younger people enjoy living for the moment, especially those who are under their under their parents' rules, their house. Maybe they don't have a full-time job and they're not supporting themselves. Because I support myself, I understand what it means to be consistent and to be wise in the decisions that I make. So I like to say I make good choices all the time, although I've been saying that for years. You have to be mature about this situation overall, and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm going off track here. If you think that you're mature and adult enough to handle this relationship with someone who is many years older than you, then so be it. That's great. It might not be ideal for your parents. I find that a lot of people who hide things from their parents, they're doing so because they don't believe their parents would understand what they're going through. But the truth of the matter is, no matter how many times we say, I will never become like my mom or my dad, I don't want to be my parents, I really think, in the grand scheme of things, it becomes full circle and you always end up doing everything you think they wouldn't do, but in reality have done. Therefore, you end up being just like them. You're their blood, sweat, and tears after all. So just be honest. I know that my relationship with my grandfather would have been completely different if I had been the rebelling type. But he allowed me to have a very open wave of communication with him. He allowed me to do many of the things that I wanted to do. And because of that, I was able to trust him and tell him things. There were times that he got mad at me and he would yell and be like, "Oh, Matthew, I can't believe you did that." But he realized that I had my own life to lead. And you have yours too. So if you, again, think they are at a level where they can discuss that with you, then there's ways that you can go about it. Ask them questions. Don't be specific. I'm sure they're smart people and they're going to realize you're talking about yourself. But just take a deep breath and realize that they might not understand the full scope of things, and that's maybe why why it might seem like they're attacking you or attacking your choices. Don't ever take it to heart. They really honestly just have your best interest at heart. I think I just said that twice. Okay. Hurry. Matthew, thank you so much for your advice. I'm going to my friend's birthday party on... Oh, I'm sorry, that was a question. Dear Matthew, I hope you're doing well. It's Amy Molina again. So I saw Paul Mitchell this fall. What do you think is the #1 tool for cosmetology? Love, Molina. You know, I swear by my MAC Cosmetics, so I would probably have to say their brushes and their makeup and basically everything that they create. You're probably going to learn a lot about makeup and hair trends and nail trends, most of which I don't know. Don't look at my hair right now. It's just showered and I just did not give a crap, and I took my nail polish off while I was waiting for one of the videos to upload. So I would say that, you know what, I'm going to take that back. The #1 best tool when you're going into cosmetology is an open mind. We have looks that we think look great on us, and then we have ideas of what looks great on other people, but just be open to the idea that sometimes your vision and someone else's will not match. The idea is to come together and create an overall outcome that is pleasing to not only you, but the person as well. So just be open and honest and do your best. Dear Matthew, I'm starting college soon and I'm so nervous to meet new people, and I'm not really the most confident cat in town. My question is, how do you have so much confidence? I have a lot of confidence because I know what I like, I know what I don't like, I know who I am, and I know who I'm not. This is something that comes through experiences in your life, and I'm sure you've experienced a great deal in your life. So bring that to the table. My idea is not to make everybody love me. Back in the day, that's what I wanted. I wanted the whole world to know who I was, and I wanted them to like me. I was the good guy. But now I like being the bad guy sometimes, because there's a lot of evil out there, and sometimes I need to be a fighter as well. Just be yourself. You will find people who like you. It might take some time. For some people, it's really easy to make new friends, and other people, it takes a long time. But don't be shy. Talk in class. Talk to your professors. That's a great way to make some new friends, because they could know people because they teach students. that might have similar interests to yours. That's all I got for you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Make good choices and ask me more questions. Good night. Oh, we're not done. Oh, okay. Oh, we're still recording. Jesus!